Yo, what's up world? It's your boy Philochko here, and today we're going to learn about these 6 idioms right here. All of these idioms begin with the letter A. Just in case you didn't notice, all of these idioms begin with the letter A. So let's get to learning what these 6 idioms mean, starting with the first one. And the first one is, all Greek to me. Now, what does it mean when someone says, it's all Greek to me? Well, that means you cannot understand what you are hearing or what you are seeing, because most people don't know the Greek language. For example, this stuff. This is becoming very popular, this type of clothing with this lettering in America is becoming a little bit popular amongst the black Americans. But I can read Russian, but when I tried to read this, I could not understand it. It looked all Greek to me. Now, apparently this is not Greek, but it looks Greek to me because I do not understand it. I don't know what it says, but it still looks cool because I love wearing black and white and I love Russian characters. And this contains lots of Russian characters in it and some Greek ones too. They're pretty similar. But this is all Greek only because I do not understand it, okay? Simple, easy one. Now, let's get to the second one. And the second one we're going to learn for today is an axe to grind. What is an axe? This is an axe. And when you have an axe to grind, that means you have one of these and you're sharpening it and sharpening it and sharpening it, so it's very, very deadly. But that's literally to have an axe to grind. But when it comes to the idiom, we mean figuratively. When you have an axe to grind, that means you have a dispute with somebody. Basically, you're having a problem with someone you really don't like. So for example, let's say I had a girlfriend. Let's pretend. And my girlfriend went out somewhere and some guy was trying to touch her. He was being very mean and he was trying to touch her without her permission. I would have an axe to grind with that person because I would be very upset with him. Doesn't mean I'm going to try to kill him or hurt him. It just means I'm upset and I at least have something to say to him because I am mad with him. That's when you have an axe to grind with someone. So if someone steals your money, I'm pretty sure you will have an axe to grind with that person. Absolutely. Why not? So let's get to the third one. And the third one we're going to learn for today is all bark, no bite. Now what is barking? Barking is what dogs usually do when they're upset. Ruff, 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 ruff. That is barking. Now what is biting? Howl. Now, when someone is all bark, no bite, this means the person is giving a lot of threats that they will not follow. So for example, let's pretend I really hated Mike Tyson. And whenever I speak to Mike Tyson on the phone, I'm like, yeah, Mike Tyson, when I see you, I'm going to punch you in your face because I don't like you. I'm going to slap you and chop you in the forehead. And that's all of what I'm saying. But when I meet him, I'm like this. Hey, Dalanda, Mike Tyson, you know, you're a real cool guy. You know, hey, want a drink? I'd love to buy you a drink. That would mean I am all bark, no bite. Because I'm just giving threats, trying to be tough. But when it comes to the real situation, I'm very nice and I don't want to do anything. That's someone who is all bark and no bite. Easy to understand third one, huh? Sweet. So let's get to the fourth one. And the fourth one we're going to learn for today is as high as a kite. Now what does it mean when something is high? It means it's up there, like the clouds or a mountain. But there's another definition to being high. When a person is high, that means they are under the effects of marijuana or any other drug as well, but this is most commonly used with marijuana. So for example, if any of you watch Breaking Bad, a lot of times Jesse would be doing drugs, and when Walt were to see him, he would say, "Oh, Jesse, look at you. You're high as a kite. You're high as a kite." That means Jesse is very, very high. He's under the effects of drugs, usually marijuana, but it could be any drug that makes you high, and when you are high as a kite because you are very high, okay? And there you go. So let's get to the next one. And the next one is against the clock. Now what does it mean to be against the clock? Well, first of all, when you are against something, you're basically competing with it. So when two football teams play each other, is one team versus or against the other team. They are competing. So when you are against the clock, what that means is you don't have much time. You have to do what you have to do as fast as possible. So if I only had 30 seconds of film left in my camera, I would really be against the clock because I would have to work as fast as possible to get my video done. So if you're going to work and it usually takes you 10 minutes to walk there, but you only have 5 minutes to get there, you would have to run because you're against the clock. You don't have enough time and you're trying to beat the clock so you can be victorious and the clock will lose. That's what you want, okay? So, let's get to the sixth and last one for today. To add fuel to the fire. Now, what is fuel? Fuel is like gasoline and stuff like that. Now, what is fire? We all know what fire is. But what does it mean to add fuel to the fire? Well, that means to make a bad situation worse. So for example, let's say there's a very sad girl. She's crying. She had a really bad week because she found out her dog died. She lost her bag. And she failed all of her classes at the university. She had a really bad week. Now, if you were to walk up to her and say, oh yeah, and by the way, your boyfriend's cheating on you with your sister. That would be adding fuel to the fire. That's making her bad situation even worse. It's not needed. So it's really not good to add fuel to fire because you're just making a bad situation even more terrible, if it's even possible, okay? And that is all 6 of the idioms that I'm going to teach you for today. So, you know what that means. And that's the end of the episode for today. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you learned new stuff. Be sure to add me, vk.com/Philochko. That's me. And subscribe to my YouTube page to see all of my videos. Right now, I'm in Varones. I will soon be heading to Lipis, Tambov, and Pansa. Just message me on Contacte if you want information on how to attend my classes in those cities. And that's basically it. You know what the guy says at the end of all of my videos.
And don't be racist.
So don't be that is his catchphrase.